Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. Let's address the elephant in the room. Hold on. Not elephant. Let's address the roach in the room, okay? Now, for everybody in these comments acting holier than thou that heard a recording and you really didn't listen to it because the loudmouth, Lyonia, was talking over everything in the video. She was talking over it. She should have played it without interruption, without speaking over it, okay? Now, I've spoken about this many years of my content to the people who know who LaTruth is. Back when LaTruth was big LaTruth. You know what I'm saying? When I said that I had roaches when I was a kid. You hear me? Some people still have roaches in the world right now. It's not the end of the world. Doesn't matter how clean your house is. People have roaches. You can mop your house with Clorox, all type of stuff, and you still can have roaches. Why? Because sometimes they be embedded into the roofing of the house, the flooring, in the walls, all types of stuff, man. Everybody has not been born with a silver spoon in their mouth, including myself. I came from the struggle. In the past 7, 8 years of my life where I've been making the most money, I've made millions of dollars in my life, and I still have had roaches in some of the houses that I've stayed in. Might not be a lot, might be a big water bug, whatever you want to call a roach. A roach is a roach. Some of us have had rats growing up as kids. That doesn't make nobody better than nobody else. Jay-Z had roaches. I don't know what. The man came from the Marcy Projects in New York. You can't name a person from Marcy Projects that didn't have a roach. Jay-Z had roaches. Beyonce has had roaches at some point in her life. Kanye West has had roaches at some point. Tupac. His mama was a leader of Black Panthers or ran with the Black. Roaches exist in our world. And if you've never had roaches, then you just can't relate. You too bougie for me. If you ain't never had roaches, don't try to come. I don't even want you coming to my shows if you never had roaches. I'm going to be honest. Stay off my page if you've never had roaches. If you ain't never had an EBT card or food stamps at some point, if you ain't never been on WIC, you can't relate. I grew up poor. I grew up getting food stamps. I grew up with roaches. Yes, I did. I'm not ashamed of that. So when someone plays an audio clip and say, why didn't you buy your family a house because they had roaches? I'm not going to buy somebody a house because they had roaches. I had roaches. I've seen a roach before in my house. The house I'm in today, I've seen one roach. Does that mean that I'm a bad person? No, that just means that the infrastructure of the house, it means it's an older house. If someone has ever lived in your house and they had roaches, then you're going to have roaches. There's no way to be exempt from roaches. Some of y'all running around acting like roaches. So why is this a big conversation? Why are we talking about roaches? Don't let people manipulate your mind. In that audio that you heard, I was not speaking about roaches. Lyonia brought up roaches. She brought that up. Well, you said this. Another lie. Have y'all not figured it out yet? What's lies and what's the truth? I've had roaches. So I would never look down on someone who has roaches today, who's had roaches. I actually like you more if you have had roaches in your life because we can relate. I like you more if you've ever had food stamps. I do, because I can relate to that. Now, what are you going to do to get out of those situations? That's the question. In the video, you heard me say, I would rather teach a person to fish so they can eat forever. That way they can go fish for themselves. I would rather do that. I don't go out and buy me brand new houses because I see a roach. So why would I go out and buy somebody else a brand new house because they seen a roach? You understand me? That made no sense. That was a way to deflect you motherfuckers. And y'all fell for it. So stay out my comments and DMs talking about roaches. Unless you never had them. If you've ever had roaches before, why are you talking to me about a roach? You can relate. You can feel my pain. You can feel my struggle. You understand me? I've had roaches before. If I see a roach today, I'm going to stomp them. If I see roaches right now, I'm going to go buy some Raid and spray them. And if you want to talk shit about LaTruth and say LaTruth has had roaches, I don't care. So what? Yes, I've had roaches before. I have. Okay? So don't let Lyonia or anybody else confuse you. Come over to Team LaTruth, the big bus. Get out the short bus. Okay? If you're on the short bus, that's your problem. That's your personal issues. If you've never had a roach in your life and you judge people who had roaches, shame on you. Because I ain't judging you. If you didn't ever have roaches, I'm just telling you, you too bougie for me. Because I know you're going to think less of me because I have had roaches before. That concludes my argument for today. I know I look fly. I know. Had to post this video. This is a pre-recorded video for y'all that need to know this, though. Okay, it's a pre-recorded video. All right? Peace. I'm out of here. Gone.